You open the door. Sunlight spreads across the land with warmth, revealing the same low growth, the same sand and scattered stone. Yet the familiarity now feels deceptive. The land appears to be a set, like a surface that's been prepared rather than naturally formed. You sense that alignment has occurred during the night, a subtle ordering that leaves no visible trace but alters how the space receives you. As you walk, the willows seem closer than before. Their branches overlap more deliberately, forming low arches that guide movement without obstructing it. Leaves tremble in coordinated patterns, small motions echoing one another across the distance. The ground bears shallow impressions that cannot be called footprints. They're too broad and indistinct, as though weight had been pressed downward without the need for form. Step around them instinctively, though nothing tells you why. The air thickens, not with humidity, but with expectation. Sound behaves oddly. Your movements arrive back to you slightly delayed, softening as if absorbed and returned by something unseen. You notice stretches of silence that feel complete, not empty, like pauses that belong to a larger rhythm. In those moments, the willows seem less like plants and more like instruments held in readiness, their slender forms tuned to pressures that you cannot perceive. Scale collapses further. The river feels nearer, even when out of sight. Its presence is heavy and continuous. The sky presses low, flattening depth until distance becomes irrelevant. You feel reduced, but not diminished, but simplified. Your outline less important than the space it occupies. The sensation feels good and normal, as though the environment were adjusting variables, testing balances, maintaining that state does not depend on comprehension. Movement itself feels intrusive. Each step introduces irregularities, a disturbance quickly absorbed, but nothingness noted. You become acutely aware of how temporary your arrangements are, where you sit, where you walk, and where you leave an object resting. The land accepts these intrusions briefly, then smooths them away, standing there, surrounded by low trees and wide sky. You understand that whatever inhabits this place does not need to manifest. Presence here does not require appearance. It is sufficient that the world itself feels inhabited, and that feeling does not fade. When you look, you see a door.